there's the bang, and I've already got my gauntlet pointing towards those filthy curbs, realising that I've started on the good side of the grid, and we've already made up not 1, but 2 positions as we head down to the first. What the hell is this big blue, white, and now red flashing in the corner? Good God, that's distracting. Oh, but it does say 5th now, so I'll let it off. A very pleasing result then, after turn 1. And that's Dylan ahead! Our epic showdown begins, Dylan! But first of all, I've got a very hot-tempered mini-temper giving me the nudge. And now he's looking up the inside, but he's got to account for the fact that the gauntlet has no brakes. And he's taken Dylan out! What's he doing now? He's trying to give the position back. He's almost put me into the tree! Good God, mini-temper, pull yourself together, man. You'd think you'd never raced before! Well, that's Dylan's race out the window then. No wonder he's retired early. Spends his days uploading beautiful cinematics with the Rockstar editor. They're pretty nice. Go check them out. But the big winner from this start has been Defiance Wires, just ahead there in the black gauntlet. He started behind me and he's already up into 4th. Quite the dream start for the pair of us. So as Defiance mounts an attack on Jakey, who clearly isn't comfortable with the car yet, judging by how wide he's just gone, I thought about the inside, but I tapped the brakes to back off and accidentally give myself a monstrous rev boost down the left, so I should have this position in hand. But Jakey's little wobble here causes me to flinch, thinking he might come bouncing off the tree, and then Defiance has held it on the inside and gets straight past Jakey himself. Now I really need to make short work of this because Jakey's clearly unpracticed here, and as we go barreling side by side down the pothole-ridden streets of Cypress Flats, my short shifting wasn't enough to keep Jakey at bay, and now I'm even under pressure from the German in the white and blue headshot looking to take advantage, but I've got to be really careful around this bumpy corner, and with him basically taking flight over that curb, I've managed to keep 4th place intact. Now, I haven't driven the Gauntlet since 2013 because, why would you? But I was pleasantly reminded of how nice it is to drive a car that doesn't have access to a spoiler and thus the added traction that comes with it. It's a car that likes to glide and it was handling these bumps effortlessly. You can really get some nice short shifts with it as well to power through the gears, much like I've just done there to leave Jakey behind. And like I say, it glides into the curves. I was really enjoying the Bravado Gauntlet. And that's another thing I've been enjoying about the league. You never know what the wheel is going to give us every week, and every car gets its moment in the spotlight. Now, with some pace beneath us, Defiance and I had closed up to Picano, who must have also got through at the start, so this is quite the intense battle already, and we've barely even gotten going here. 3 arguably Division 1 drivers fighting it out for the lead in Division 2. It's good stuff. I've had a nice exit onto the freeway here, and I'm pulling alongside, but unlike El Mr. Oracle and UFO driver from Division 1, nope, I know that 2 doesn't go into 1, much less 3. Besides, I've got nothing to lose here by letting Picano and Defiance dice this out and cherry-picking my moment, which is going to be right around now as I consider an early pit stop. Hopefully they won't see this coming as I just quickly navigate my way around the outside of them both here. Oh god! Oh well, I've got to give that back. Oh, but I'm coming into the pits. Well, while I mull over how or whether I'm going to penalise myself for that, Jim Bob told me to go at 34, but I stopped well after 24, so please always use the pitman just as a reference. Don't take a 9-second pit stop. Right, that's Headshot. So has he pitted already and jumped me? If not, then what the hell happened to him? Regardless, he's about to become victim to my nitrous button. Look at this! Wow! Oh, I'll tell you what, I've got skills. I've got mad skills. Just feathering R2 down the straights. Psst, 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 7th gear gone. Who even uses raceline anymore, honestly? And with Picano pitting in, 6th was shortly mine, but obviously I kind of sent him into a spin earlier, so this felt a bit on the cheap side, and I did ask him if he wanted the position back, but I did also ask him to decide quickly, because Defiance is getting away, but he said he wasn't bothered, and so under gentleman's agreement, this gave me the green light to go chasing after those in front. That pole, however, gave me the red light, and for some reason I obliged. Under normal circumstances, you'd probably expect a driver to look back here, look at the challenge from behind, but look at this guy, calm and collected, straight back on the curbs, not even phased. I did right though, because my pace brought me right back into the mix, and the pressure got to Dylan there. 1 lap later, around the same area, Crow Gamer made my job a hell of a lot easier, so that was another buy, and this led me to Manny aka YOLO, possibly my first ever encounter with the guy, from the hot lapping community, up from Division 3 last week, doing a stellar job in this race, but even even with that little crash of mine, I was right back on him, pushing the gauntlet now, keeping the distance to Picano, and just praying that Defiance out in front was making as much a mockery of this as I was. Now we've got another great run onto the freeway leading up to the dreaded chicane, but this time I'm going to keep my foot in, and Manny runs it side by side through the chicane. Can you believe it? Well, if you ever needed proof as to whether a hot lapper can race contact, you've got it right there, showing guts and fairness under pressure. A great effort there from Manny, aka... I take it back. I take it all back. So if there's any of you bloodthirsty justice warriors out there you are. I've been dealt equal punishment for what I did to Picano earlier on. I've paid my dues, so now let's all just simmer down and crack on. And crack on we shall! Lap after lap after lap, we see Defiance stretching out the gap. So by the time we come on to the last lap that they're able to pit, keep an eye on the bottom of the hill, there goes Defiance. And in the pits we should see Watty. There he is, just coming to a stop in his green gauntlet, so of course I'll be well clear of him. And there you have it. Or so you might think. In the distance, you might be able to see a black silhouette creeping around the corners ahead, and as we come down to take it, why is he not already around the next one? What is he doing? It's like he's in slow motion. What, did he make a driver change with an old lady in the last pit stop? Look at this! It's like Defiance was running on empty! But at the same time, it is the mark of a professional to be able to do the absolute minimum required to cross the line first, and that's exactly what Defiance did. So congratulations to him, just teasing me there with that little glimmer of hope at the end. But second will do me just fine. That was my primary objective after all, to make it back into Division 1 and get out of the doldrums of Division 2. It's not often I dirty my hands with this petty level of competition. I belong in the upper echelon of drivers here at Children of the Mountain. I can't poke too much fun at Division 4. In the end, things settled down, the race went ahead just fine, and it was just the start. There was one guy who was literally zigzag teleporting across the start of the field, which caused the calamity that you saw. That guy ended up quitting after the first lap, so there was no need to worry there. And it was won by Marcel Wayne, who was making his debut. That was a great win. Chased hard by Lano Lurenko and Dawson. Lano being a reserve, Dawson getting himself into Division 3. Coming through now, is that Connor? It looks to be Connor. I'm trying to read the small text here on my editing software. And followed by the Gonzo. But there's one more promotion in Spain. And it's John! Oh shit! And in the end, Marcel Wayne was the winner. So, you crazy boy, you crazy. Congratulations to that victory. Thanks everyone for showing up in Division 4. Great stuff, great stuff. It's 1 AM. Got work in the morning. I'm pretty tired. Probably going to wrap the highlights up here, to be honest, as I'm not really functioning as expected. Here are the Division 3 results. Hope you get what you need from them. I'll cover them more in the rambling recap, as I will with Division 1, which I'm gutted that I wasn't a part of. And the waiting list race I've forgotten to include, so I'll just casually whack that on the end now. Hey, you guys thought I'd forgotten about you. 4-person race, something really minimal. There's like 30 people on the waiting list and yet only 4 people show up. It's a bit of a shame really, because these guys are really having a 30-minute race. You can see it right there. So thank you to those guys for showing up and organising that. I'll see what I can do about giving you guys some kind of reward in relation to the overall standings for when you do make it to Division 4. Haven't decided what it's going to be yet. That's going to do it for me tonight. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the rambling recap.